Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the Builder's Diaries, where I build a business and a body at the same time. Today, we're going to be talking about my journey a little bit more, a little bit about the challenge, but a little bit more about the business and how I am building a lead magnet to attract people to get them to buy the 6-week challenge. Get them interested in the 6-week challenge, because I don't want to sell the 6-week challenge, which I'm going to. I'm going to give something for free to people, and I'm going to get them interested in me, give them a little taste, give them a little sample of the 6-week challenge, and then I'm going to kind of offer the 6-week challenge to them at a really irresistible offer that they really can't, refuse. So I'm going to work on that a little bit. So today is day 16, and I upgraded my mic. I don't know if you can see it in this corner. I actually plugged it in to see if the sounds a little bit better, a little bit clearer. I was just recording on my computer. So as the journey moves along, I'm kind of upgrading things, upgrading equipment. I'd like to get a better mic, but I think this is actually going to work for now. I think the sound's pretty decent. We'll see. I'm feeling pretty good on day 16, still 100% raw food, still feeling really energetic. I got 70 grams of protein today. My arms are starting to get real cut up, which is really nice. Starting to see the muscle definition when I'm working out, and I did arms today, but when I'm working out in the gym, I'm like, oh wow. And I still have 3 more weeks left to do arm exercises. So I'm really excited. I'm going pretty heavy. Weights that used to be heavy to me, I'm just kind of picking up like nothing and just moving around. Like today, I'm just moving 25 pounds around, and it's kind of crazy to see your strength increase. And I feel great, feel lots of energy. So the food's delicious. The food's the same. Eating a lot of smoothie bowls after my workouts. It's just easy to come home and, blend a bunch of fruit, put some spirulina in there, give it some high protein. And then I put buckwheat, like crunchy buckwheat on top of it, like sprouted buckwheat. And it's pretty good. And it's a little crunchy, and it gives you that kick or crunch to it, so you're eating a smoothie bowl, and it's pretty good. So I have been I started yesterday working on creating my lead magnet. So a little bit about the business now instead of the body. I have been talking about the challenge and the body a little bit, not really much on the challenge. I'm still hanging in there, still doing my thing. But on the business, I'm starting to, there's so much to do on this, and I don't want to get crazy overwhelmed with everything to do. So I'm taking it very chunk by chunk. And right now, my only priority really is to document everything and get through this challenge and do this challenge to the best of my ability to do everything. Today I was at the gym and I was sitting under 10,000 steps, and I'm like, I know I have to hit 10,000 steps. It's part of the challenge. It's part of doing this. This is my job right now, to do this to the full extent, so I can really show you the possibilities of what this can do, and really show you, because I'm going to show you proven in an in-body scan what my muscle looked like and what before and what it's going to look like. Again, I'm going to do the test. I'm going to do the scan. I'm going to show you that I actually built muscle. I'm going to show pictures too, because I have before and after pictures. I was really inflamed and really bloated before, and that was just kind of in my lifestyle the last few years, living this fruit lifestyle. I get kind of bloated when I eat a lot of fruit, and then I'll eat out, and that's just doesn't really work very well. So eating 100% raw food has taken that bloating away. It's making me feel really good, really energetic, lots of energy, no issues with that at all. So I started yesterday, created the freebie lead magnet, and it's going to be called the Raw Food and Fitness Transformation Guide. So it's going to be basically your blueprints. I'm going to give you the keys to the kingdom. I'm going to give you everything, like with the best secrets, like all the stuff that I'm doing, like all the protein sources that I'm doing, all the type of workouts that I'm doing, like the weight that I kind of would recommend, like everything around it. I'm going to talk about protein and talk about like how much protein that we really need, and kind of really bust some beliefs around a lot of things. I'm going to really get in and just give you a lot of information, and it'll probably be like 50 or 60 pages. So this isn't just like a 2-page, here's a freebie, here's a couple things, here's a recipe or two. Like this is like a pretty good book. It's a little bit, it's value, it's a lot of value. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to give you guys a lot of value. And I'm basically giving you keys. I'm giving you the blueprint. But if you want more and you want the actual plan, if you're like, cool, I'd have to do all this and put this together myself. But if you want recipes that are already vetted and made and delicious, like I have the challenge for you to purchase. So you can purchase the challenge, and then you can have an upsell to purchase assistance from me. So, hey, say you're like, crap, I don't know how to calculate my calories. Like I have all these questions. I've never eaten raw food. You can pay extra to get support from me via Voxer. So we never really talk. It's just all over text message. It's like a text app, basically, kind of like a walkie-talkie type thing where you can text and you can voice message and it just goes back and forth. But it's not my texting. It's not any of that. And I'll be super available that way if anybody has any questions. So it's kind of like your personal guide in your pocket. Take me with you because I'm pretty responsive on things and I like to answer questions. I love to be helpful. So I wanted to add that extra layer of support in case people needed it. So kind of getting them all into this, but I want to give value to people and prove, hey, cool, like I have something of value, because eventually down the line, I'm going to create this raw food and weightlifting, community and this group for women to come that really love to work out in the gym and they want to have a place to talk about raw food and what they can eat and maybe new recipes or maybe new ideas or even retreats. Like there's sky's the limit with creating a community, guys. Creating a community of women that are perfect for, exactly what you want to do and what you want to build, and basically friends. Like I would love to have like a community of best friends, because this is me, I'm basically creating a program for me and it would be friends like me. So it'd be awesome. And yeah, so I'm looking down, if you notice, I have notes about what I'm saying so I can stay on topic because I always go off the topic. But so I listen to audiobooks when I drive. I don't listen to any sort of music. I don't talk on the phone. I listen to audiobooks. That is my time to really zone in and listen to, people that have the results that I want, listen to leaders, listen to, topics, get my mind out there. And it's really, really helped. It's a habit that I changed. I don't listen to music. I haven't listened to music in my car for a very long time at all. And I drive a lot. So I've been kind of tuning into things. One of the newest audiobooks I got on Spotify. So here's a tip if you didn't know, which I think some people know, a lot of people don't know. I told this to some entrepreneurs, but if you pay for Spotify Premium, which I believe it's only $10.99 a month, but I pay for it because I have all these playlists and I don't like ads and I listen to Spotify all the time. So I've paid for it for a very long time. And now I'll probably continue to pay for it because of this audiobook. I probably would have considered canceling it, honestly, but now this audiobook, you get 15 hours of like any book, really. Like they have so many, I don't know if it's any book, but it's tons of books on there. 15 hours for free every month. And I go over 15 hours and I probably, have like 12 or 14 days 12 days or so that I don't have any credits. So I can't listen to anything. You can buy more, but I'm trying to stay within budget and stay in a budget. So I'm not going to keep buying more because I could do Audible, but so I go to podcasts after that and I listen to really good podcasts, but I listened to Russell Bronson's podcast. I really like that. It's The Marketing Secrets by Russell Bronson. He's the creator of ClickFunnels. Probably talked about that. And my new Audible that I've been listening to is $1,000 million leads. I don't even know what it's called. Alex Hormozy's new book. It's like $1 million. I'm gonna actually look it up. $100,000 leads. I think is $100 million leads is what it's called. How to look it up. I'm like, I think, okay. $100 million leads, how to get strangers to buy your stuff. Basically, it's his second book. And if you don't know who Alex Hormozy is, he's all over the internet. He is huge. He has built a brand. He is part of School as well. And I am also kind of part of that. I've been a part of, or I've had a School account. I haven't really been a part of School, but not like with the creators, but I've had a School account for a long time. So I've been on this platform for a while. I've been using this platform for a while. That is the platform I'm going to use for my community because I truly believe in School's ability. But Alex Hormozy invested tons of money into it. He really believes in it. He's growing it and he's doing pretty well with it. So I like listening to him. He's really smart. He's freaking millionaire, he's so smart. Like, and you want to listen to people that have results that you want, if they're winning in business, they're doing something that you're not. And what are they doing? You need to study what they're doing. And so he's been, a lot of the stuff that he says I already know because I've been going through this for a while, but there's still some really good takeaways in there. And he did say something about your lead magnet. So he was like, okay, you want to create something that's super, super valuable. So that's what I'm doing. This is probably my most valuable lead magnet I've ever created. Like typically, like they're pretty valuable, but this is like, I probably should charge for this, honestly. Like, it's like, here is all my knowledge, like in a thing. It's not organized for you to be able to do a 6-week challenge with it, but it's enough information for you to take and be like, cool, I could structure a diet around this if you knew nutrition well enough, So he basically said that if you get a really good lead magnet, and what you want to do is you kind of want to ask people about it or kind of tease people about it or like say, hey, this is coming up, and get into Facebook groups. And I'm in a ton of raw vegan groups. I've been a part of raw vegan groups for a long time. And one of the number one questions, kind of why I decided to do this whole topic, is and it's women that are bringing this up. So it's perfect for my challenge. It's my target audience. It's women saying, hey, how do I build muscle on this diet? In so many ways, in so many different ways, they ask this question almost daily. This question comes in there, you guys. It's huge. And so I'm like, you can literally just eat fruit, but people don't want to do that. They don't believe that, but you literally can. I think I should just do another challenge after this where I just eat fruit, because you can do the same. But they want this high protein, they want the higher protein. So hopefully I can teach them that you don't need as high protein. You don't need like 100 grams of protein. You just need protein enough to sustain your muscle mass in your body. I don't know if you guys know this. I'll give you a little tidbit that's in my book, but a lot of people are calculating protein incorrectly. A lot of people will take their body weight and they'll say, okay, take my body weight times 0.8 or 0.1, or not 0.1, 0.8 or 1, depending on that. That's kind of that range that you'll see people do. And that is the amount of protein you need to get. And so based on that, I would need probably about 87 grams of protein a day. And I'm not getting 87 grams of protein a day. I don't need 87 grams of protein a day. That's too much for me. But you need to be taking not your weight. You need to take your lean body mass, your muscle mass, you guys, the actual lean, the muscle in your body. We need to be measuring against that. So you take that number, you multiply it by 0.8, and that is the amount of protein that you should be eating in a single day. Like, that's all the protein that you really need. That number for me is 67. That makes sense. That's how much protein I'm eating, and I'm getting ripped, you guys. Like, it's hard to see because of the light and how my office is set up, but I am getting ripped. Like, I'm looking in the mirror last night, I was like, oh my gosh, like, and at the gym, I'm like, whoa. So, like, you don't need this like 80, 90, 100 grams of protein. Like, you really need what is based on your lean muscle mass, and that's different for everybody. So I was able to find that out by doing an in-body scan, a body composition scan. I'm not really sure how you figure out lean body mass. It's kind of basically how much your muscles are weighing, but you would have to get kind of a specialized scale. I think it's more than just you can't go stand on your scale and it can tell you that. You have to have a professional tell you that. I'm not sure about that. I probably should figure this part out, but maybe I'll tell you guys when I figure that out. But I'm really excited. So I've been in these Facebook groups. I've been in these raw vegan Facebook groups for a while, and people are posting about this stuff. And I'm like, hey, I'm doing 6 weeks right now, 100% raw food, and I'm lifting heavy weight and I'm getting ripped. Like, I'm creating this challenge and I'm going to be coming out with it soon, and just like being really excited about it. Not like even pitching and not saying, hey, do you want it? Like, I'm just like, hey, I'm doing this. Like, I'm so excited. It's going to come out soon. And there's so many people that are like, hey, like, what are you doing? And I'm getting new friends. People are like following on what I'm doing. They're following the stuff. So I'm like, people are actually excited about it. Like, hey, and one person was like, can I have the link? And I'm like, it's not ready yet, So like, people are actually really excited about it. And that is something Alex Hormozi said in his book today. And I was like, oh crap. He said that was one thing when you put your interest out there. It's like, hey, I'm doing this, blah, blah. It's another thing, or you tell people like referrals. It's another thing when people are like, oh, wait, what? You have that? I want that. Before you even have it, if people are wanting it before you even have it, you're probably on the right track. And so it feels really good, because this has never happened for me, you guys. I've never been on this kind of right track where it really feels right. And I'm really digging into a pain in a community that I like to work with. Like, so this is all new for me. This is like, why didn't I ever do this from the beginning? But it takes the challenges, it takes the trials for me to figure out that I didn't quite need to push out detox, because in a way, me doing this raw food and weightlifting thing, I can do detox with people eventually. Maybe they go through my raw food program. Maybe they build a ton of weight and they're like, hey, like, Kelly's great. I want to work with her even deeper. I can do health assessments. So it's like, I can actually go deeper with people if I really truly want to do that. I don't know if I want to do that, but that it's something, it's open, So it's like, I can actually, and doing a raw food challenge, you guys, you're detoxing. I'm detoxing people without even realizing that they're detoxing. So it's like, I'm kind of like backdooring what I really wanted to do without saying that I'm detoxing. I don't even have to talk about detox, but I am kind of talking about it, but not in the whole, like, you're going to eat fruit, you're going to take herbs, we're going to get all the toxins and like go through. I'm not talking about in that in depth with people, because these people just want to get fit. But I think as they get fit, they'll realize that maybe there's more that they want to do, and I can help them. So it's kind of cool, because I'm like, hey, I can do this. I could still do this. Then I thought I could have had to give it up, but I don't. So there's ways to figure things out, you guys. It's really cool. And right now I'm kind of figuring out the name of the challenge. I had the fruit fueled fitness challenge, and that was what I was kind of stumbled on. And then I was like, oh, what about the raw foods and lifting challenge? And so I just threw it out to people. And that was another thing in Alex Hormozi's book. He said, when you're trying to figure out your lead magnets or just trying to figure out things, throw out names and do like a poll. If I had a huge audience, I would probably do a poll to my audience, but I was like, I just want quick feedback. I want feedback from my target audience. I want feedback from people that I trust. And so I literally threw it out to a bunch of people, and I said two things. I said the exact same text. I copied and pasted it to the same people, and I literally got the same response from like 3 people, and I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. They didn't like either of those, but they liked a combination of them. So they like the Living Food Fitness Challenge. I'm like, cool. I think that works, That's what people want. So it's like, you can't do what you want. I originally have the Fruit Fueled Fitness Program, but I'm like, our Fruit Fueled Fitness Challenge. That it's hard to say, actually, but the Living Foods Fitness Challenge, that actually isn't as hard to say, I guess. I don't know. It isn't that hard. But yeah, so I'm like, okay. Give people what they want. And that's my target audience. Those are the people that are going to be getting it, So I'm like, all right, do it. Go with it, And then another thing too is, since I'm looking pretty good with my body, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is all right. I'm going to be able to start filming, or not filming, but just shooting some pictures of me in the gym, of just kind of candid shots that I can use in the book. That's one thing I'm missing right now, is I want to have some solo up pictures of me looking real fit and lean. And I need to get those pictures. I don't want to really wait till the end, because I knew that around week 4, I'd probably be able to take pictures. And I start week 4 on Monday, and probably by the end of that week, I should be able to take pictures. So I don't know. I'm getting close, because my body's looking really ripped. So I'm like, all right, I can take some really good pictures, or I can start to take some pictures about like cool little silhouettes, because I need to have some little fillers and some cool little stuff in the ebook. So that's another thing that's on coming, which is cool, because it's like all of this stuff is developing, and it's just one step at a time. I've got a lot of things going on. I have a full-time job. I have a client outside of this. I do advertising for him. I kind of do sales support, for his business outside of that. And he's doing very similar to what I'm doing, but just not with raw food. So I'm supposed to be getting back his stuff on Friday. So that's going to give me another lead magnet to work on, because I'm going to be creating a lead magnet for him to give out to people. And he's putting together a 14-day challenge, a 14-day fitness challenge for stay-at-home parents, or just not stay-at-home parents, but for busy parents. So home workouts that are super easy, that don't take very long, for busy parents, for a 14-day challenge. He's going to give you meal plans. So very similar to what I'm doing. So it's kind of easy, but I'm going to create it very differently, and I'm going to create it. I don't know. I've already kind of started with the template of it, but I need pictures. I need all the stuff from him. So I'm like, okay, cool. He's going to give me all the links of the videos, because he's been filming workouts. He's up in Napa, just filming workouts, just busting them out and filming them. So I'm like, cool. I need the video links, and I need a lot of pictures of you looking really fit. And so I'm like, just give me that, and I will build you a book. And he's like artsy and an artist. So I'm going to build the book. I'm going to send it to him through Canva, and then I'm going to let him do what he wants to do to it, change it how he wants to change it, send it back to me, and I'll kind of do what I need to do, publish it, get it all done into a funnel. So basically what I'm doing with my stuff right now, but his is going to be done because he filmed his workouts and it's done. It's very easy for him to do this stuff. For me, I'm still taking pictures of all this stuff. I'm actually going through the challenge, and I am kind of my beta client. I'm that person going through it. I have other people going through it as well, but they're not doing it to the T that I do. Nobody that I know really does challenges to the T that I do ever. When I did the F45 8-week challenge, the first time I ever really did a challenge, I went all in, all in. I'm talking about, I made every single freaking meal. I didn't skip meals. I made every single thing on there. I wasn't like, oh, I'm just going to pick like 1 or 2 and make like a lot of them during the week so I could make it easy and save time. No, I didn't do that. I spent a ton of time. I made every single meal to the T. I weighed it out. I did everything to the T. I did all the workouts. It was 5 workouts a week. It was a lot of stuff, and I did it all. And it transformed my body, but nobody else did that. Nobody else did that. People would cheat. They would eat coffee. I didn't do any of that stuff. I cut out alcohol. I cut out everything, So I'm like, people don't have the crazy discipline that I have to not cheat and be on path. I think I skipped dry brushing 2 days, and that's the only thing I really messed up. And I just, whatever. I skipped dry brushing 2 days. I've hit my 10,000 steps every day. I've literally made an effort to do it. So I'm like, I'm doing it to the T. So I feel like I'm a really good study for that. So mine is going to take a little bit longer. Hopefully in the next couple weeks, I can have it very close to being able to be done. But yeah, I should be getting the videos on Friday. So hopefully he does get it to me on Friday. I don't know. I'm going to probably, after I jump off of this, I'm going to text him and say, hey, how's that coming? We got to check in. It's interesting. I have really only worked with men outside of as doing this marketing stuff and doing the advertising stuff and creating lead magnets and getting the business up and running for people, I've really only worked with men, and men are very, you got to keep checking on them. You got to keep checking in with them. You got to make sure that they're on path, because all my clients are busy. Everybody's busy. I'm busy. Everybody's busy. It's not like you're only thinking about this as your only job. That's not the case. Unfortunately, I don't have a client that this is his only job. He has other things he's doing, lots of other things he's doing, as do I, so it's a lot of different things, but it gets done. It gets done eventually. When it's important, it gets done. And I know it's important to him. It'll all work out and it'll all get done eventually. It's been nice for him to kind of be a little bit slower right now, just because I've been able to create this challenge. I wasn't even going to do this challenge, and I had downtime, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm building a challenge. I'm doing this YouTube series. I'm going to build this whole thing. I've done three ebooks now on this, you guys. I've created 3 ebooks, and these ebooks aren't tiny ebooks. I have a journal that's 62 pages. I have the challenge book is probably going to be close to 200 pages. It's going to be big. And then I have this, the freebie that I'm doing, which will probably be close to 60 or 70 pages as well. Maybe, I don't know, maybe close to 50. I'm not sure, but it's going to be big, maybe bigger than that. I don't know. We'll see. I can probably add a lot of fluff in there and kind of make it look bigger, add pictures once I get all that stuff in there. But yeah, so it's a lot of stuff that I'm creating, and I really found that I love creating ebooks. I love creating ebooks. It's so fun. So I'm like, man, that's another thing I could, if this whole COO does working for someone and getting them up and running their ads and doing that, I could literally just throw out to Facebook and say, hey, I will sit with you over a weekend. Let's create a freebie for you. Let's get it up and running. Let's put it in an ad funnel. I guess that is the COO. So yeah, never mind. It's all the CEO stuff. I want to work with people that are actually doing very well in their business. They already have something that's done, and that we don't have to work on creating a product and creating it out of thin air. Something that's already proven and done, because then it's so much easier. So that's my focus. Actually, by the end of this month, I'm going to a mastermind, and my goal is to meet my next client there. So that should work out. But I'm going to go, because I only have 30 minutes on this recording thing that I am using. I am using MailChimp right now. I'm learning to use new programs. I'm using free programs right now, using what I have available, using the tools that I have available to make it work. So like this mic that I have, that this was for my video camera, that the video camera is crap. I think I spent $70 on Amazon for a video recorder. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't learn from my mistake. Don't do that. Don't buy a video recorder on Amazon for $70, because it's a piece of crap. It always turned off. It was horrible. So at least I got a mic out of it. Hopefully this mic ends up working. But all right, guys, take care, and I will check in soon.